welcome back again. I cannot believe the week's gone by. It feels like maybe 3 days. So, again, didn't get as much as I planned on getting done in my plans last week. I think maybe I have to be a little bit more realistic with my goals. I'm obviously not as quick as I thought. But today is brought to you by iced tea because it's too hot for coffee and I wasn't organised enough to freeze my milk. Yum. That is pineapple and peach. Delicious. Can't normally have pineapple because I'm allergic, but I don't think that's actually real pineapple. Moving on. You don't need this randomness. Best new thing this week. Snacks. Only just came in at work. Was really annoyed because I had to redo the confectionery planogram just after I'd fixed it. These are worth it. Peanuts and cashews, can't go wrong. It is so delicious. And because they're nuts, I can pretend they're healthy for me, yeah? Yeah, so best new thing this week is a new snack. Hopefully I won't have too many because anything in large quantities probably isn't good for you. Whip updates. So, forgot to take a photo of quotes before I started stitching on it last week. I took a photo from Instagram on Saturday. I think it's about that from when I showed you. If not, I'm sorry. This was the 3rd of March, so I'm going to say that's where it was last year. I'm going to get rid of my nuts because they're loud. And this is where it's up to now. So I have done a fair bit, as long as the photo I showed you was actually from last week. Completely finished the first quote, and then almost finished the border of the second. I love the colours. A bit concerned of these ones. The first quote, love them. So, didn't work on this as much as I probably usually would because I had a new start and a new finish all in one week. This is The Haunted House by the Snowflower Diaries, doing a birthday stitch along with Michelle Bendy. Not sure if she's actually started hers yet, but she chose a chart that she liked because we don't do Halloween here. It's becoming more of a thing, but I'm pretty against it. If we celebrated Halloween at the end of April, no worries, because that's what Halloween's about. Don't agree with it, 31st of October. You don't need that soapbox. But yeah, so I wanted to join her for the stitch along, but I didn't necessarily want to stitch anything to keep because Halloween again. So she gave me the chart she wanted stitched, and I did it. So this, as I said, is The Haunted House by the Snowflower Diaries. This was a really quick stitch, it's quite small. It was fun because it's not my usual type of stitching. But yeah, it's not something that I would ever display. Frickin' borders though, man. They hate me. I had to unpick this top bit. I don't know what it is. I grid my work. How am I stuffing up the borders? But you've got to start with the border. At least I do. So, freaking borders. So annoying. But I am super impressed with how it turned out. The little ghosty, she's not as neat as I wanted, but that is glow-in-the-dark Krynic. First time I've ever used Krynic. Let's just say it wasn't my favourite thing in the world. And these are supposed to be little crosses, but I wanted a little bit more bling, so I bought some small beads. So yes, a start and a finish. I don't even think I had gridded this last week. I dyed it. I didn't want it just on the white, but I also don't have fabric dye yet, and it's Easter, so I still can't spend. So I raided my kitchen. This colour is thanks to a cup of frozen berries, 2 shots of coffee, and put in the oven on low for an hour. Gorgeous. I love this colour, and I might actually dye something in this colour for myself. But yeah, love. It was super fun. Again, not something I would normally stitch, but it was nice to do something different without having to feel guilty because it's just going to go into a cupboard. Still don't know how I'm going to finish it. If you've got any ideas, let me know below. I want something a little unique. I don't want to put it into a frame because I do have to ship it overseas, and I know that the glass will break in transit. So if you've got any ideas that aren't framing, let me know, because yeah, still thinking about it. That's all I got stitched this week. I have done quite a bit on my chart though, which I obviously can't show you yet. Sorry. Nearly done. So I did try stitching a little bit after I'd done it, but it just doesn't work. So I'm going to chart it completely, then try and stitch it and see how it goes. Speaking of the chart though, in case you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I'm going to design a chart for a 100 subscriber giveaway if I ever get there. And honestly, if the winner doesn't like it, please tell me. I will not be offended. I'll find you something else. Like, I know I'm trying to make it as broad and general as possible, so as many people as possible will like it. But if you do win it and you don't like it, let me know. But when I was at my LNS picking up the Chronic and the beads, I have picked up the floss that the winner's going to get. So this is Cottage Garden Threads. It's an Australian company, so I wanted to do something Australian because you don't see as many Australian products, and I'd like to support the businesses and keep them going. This is in Blueberry. Again, I tried to buy something that I think more people would like than not. I was obviously drawn to the purple threads, but I'm not alone in my purple obsession, but not everyone loves purple. But I think that's pretty, oh, you can see it, I don't make it. Yeah, I think that's, can't think of the word, not unique. The opposite of unique. Common? I don't know. I think a lot of people will like that colour, hopefully. And I've heard this thread is lovely to work with as well. So I've picked that up because why not? So yeah, that's ready to go. I've got the chart just over halfway done, and then I'll be organised for once, and I like that. I think all I've got left to do now is shout outs. It's a really short video this week. As I said, I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I'll talk about it more in my plans, but yeah, so we'll get the shout outs done. First, the Silent Stitcher. Love it. Love you, Corey. They are deaf and use American Sign Language and subtitle down the bottom. I love it. It's just so individual, and it's made me realize that maybe my videos aren't quite as accessible as I would like. So thanks to Corey, I am now going back through my videos, and going forward all of my videos will be subtitled. So there's that. So hopefully it's just a little more encompassing of everyone. So yes, I watched Corey, the Silent Stitcher, and Mr. X Stitch. Thanks, Michelle, for your shout out last time, recommendation. Love it. Have just started watching his videos. We'll be catching up soon. My to watch list is ever growing. Everyone I watch, obviously, is so lovely. This community is so supportive. Shout people out, so they just keep adding, and I'll get through it one day. Maybe. Possibly. I never have to find something to watch because I've got a list of you lovely people on my to-do list. Anyway, yeah, so Mr. X Stitch, I found him through Michelle because she got his cross stitch subscription. May have broken my Lenten promise a little bit. I did subscribe. Now, I thought long and hard. I didn't break my Lenten promise easily. I was concerned about missing out on the subscription because he did say that there were limited amount printed. So I know Easter is only like 3 weeks away. I'm a completionist. I knew that missing out on a full set would bug me more than breaking a Lenten promise. So not sure if I'll extend the Lenten promise to, I guess, make up for it, or whether I give something else up. But I didn't do it lightly. But yes, I have the subscription on the way. When it gets here, depending on which not episode, what is the word, which issue, which depending on which issue arrives, I will back order again, not wait till after Easter, because I am so concerned that I'll miss out. Yes, fear of missing out, but it's a collection. I've come in almost at the ground floor, was very lucky, and I couldn't forgive myself if I just missed 1 or 2 issues, because yes, I made a Lenten promise, but it was frivolous spending, and I thought hard about it. It wasn't frivolous. Sorry. But it is what it is. It has saved me a lot of money. I have not spent a lot where I normally may have, so it's still sort of achieved its purpose. Anyway, I'm going to go with that because it is what it is. Now, my plans for the upcoming week. I am going to try and record a Stitch With Me video tonight. I only have one child. Husband's out at his friend's house. My daughter is at dance camp for the weekend. So I've only got my son, and it's the perfect time to sort of try and get the Stitch With Me working. I'm not disturbing as many people. Yeah, it's just, I'm less likely to be interrupted as well if I've only got one child at home to work out all the kinks. So going to try and record a Stitch With Me tonight. Not sure which whip I'll work. Maybe I'll flip a coin. I'm going to finish the design of my giveaway chart, and I'm going to, I don't know what else. I really want to work on motherhood. It's fallen out again, but it's harder to stitch. I think I need to find time at home that I can stitch, or I might even need to make floss cards for my motherhood, because having to take so many threads with me, it's frustrating looking for the right colour. So yeah, if I organise floss cards, I might do motherhood. Otherwise, I think it's mainly going to be quotes. I'm loving that. Would like to see a finish. I'm obviously loving the process, so I don't care if I don't finish anything for the rest of the year, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm also going to make a more concrete list for Mania, because I know that there are charts I want to design for that, and it's like a month away, so I've got to get organised. I'm going to have a bit of reading this week, but I don't know if I can share it with you because this one's actually before publishing more so than others. Like it's, I don't know, I'll have to check with the author whether she wants it spoken about before it's released, as I know that Amazon's getting a bit fussy with what reviews they allow, and I don't want them to take my review away just because I'm reading it before release, especially as I will be buying the book as well. But anyway, that's completely off topic. Going to try and read, listening to a lot of podcasts. I think I've discovered like 4 more this week, which doesn't help me because I've got a lot to catch up on. Go 1.5 speed. It's magic when you're catching up on podcasts, as well as Flosstube. But yeah, I think that's it. Sorry this is such a short video, but I'm not going to ramble for the sake of making it longer. I'll have to save some rambling for my stitch with me. Maybe I'll find a tag or something because I'm not sure how that's going to go. Anyway, thank you for tuning in again, and until next week, see you later.